When the 2023 Major League Baseball season started, every single one of us had the Texas Rangers playing the Arizona Diamondbacks in the World Series, right? Right? Sarcasm aside, the 2023 World Series was one of the most unexpected matchups in recent memory. But is the format bad? Was the World Series really that bad? The answer in simple terms is no. The World Series was fantastic. The playoffs were fantastic. The format is not the problem. Let's take a look at why. Does giving the top 4 teams in the league a first round bye really help them? Solely off their performance over the last 2 years, the answer is no. Only the Astros and Yankees have made it out of the first round after having a bye to begin the postseason. For this year's group, how do you explain a historic offense like the Braves just failing to show up in October? Or how Mookie Betts and Freddie Freeman went a combined 1 for 21 with just one infield hit in the 2023 NLDS? There really isn't any explanation, because postseason baseball is unpredictable. But as unpredictable as it may be, there's a certain way to play in October that you just don't see during the regular season. A base runner from April to September is just a base runner. In October, it's a rally. When Bryce Harper launched a 3-run home run off Bryce Elder, Brian Snitker's thought process, as he said after the game, was that he thought the Braves could have gotten 5 innings out of Elder. 5 innings out of a rookie who set a career high in innings in 2023 is wishful thinking, especially when facing the man in Philadelphia with 2 runners on base in a hostile environment. That's how you manage a regular season game, but it's also how you put your team in the worst position to succeed in October. How does nobody on the Braves staff, with their hundreds of years of combined Major League experience, tell Elder to intentionally, unintentionally walk Harper? 4 pitches, nowhere near the strike zone. Yes, you put another runner on base, but you make someone not named Bryce Harper beat you. October baseball needs to be managed with some sense of urgency. Easy for me to say, sitting at my desk. But the fact of the matter is that the formula changes considerably in October. In the regular season, there's always tomorrow. But in October, that might not be the case. Even if the Braves, Dodgers, and Orioles didn't get a bye in the first round, who's to say that they would have played considerably better? It's guesswork at this point, but you can't ignore that maybe the Braves weren't built to win in October, or the Dodgers just way overperformed this year, or that the Orioles rose too high too quickly. Back to the original question. Was this year's World Series bad? Was the whole postseason mid? If the postseason is so random, then why bother trying to win in the regular season? Just try and win 80-something games and get hot in September, right? Yeah. Try walking into any locker room in any sport at the start of a season and tell a room full of competitors to not try to win every game. Just listen to how that sounds. So if you're a team like the Diamondbacks or like the Rangers, wildcard teams who combined to lose 212 games just 2 years ago, and you beat 100+ win juggernauts like the Braves and Dodgers, that says more about you than it does about the format of the postseason. The format is not the problem. And while this is only year 2 of the new system, it's working as it should. 2 years ago, it was borderline impossible for an 84-win team to make the playoffs, let alone make it to the World Series. Now, teams have incentive to be competitive because you never know what can happen when that calendar flips to October. It may not directly incentivize spending, but it makes building rosters that maximize what the club already has in place so much more important. They say the 3 key elements of playoff baseball are pitching, defense, and timely hitting. Baseball is unpredictable, and if anyone could bottle up those 3 ingredients to work at just the right time, every single time, they'd have more money than Jeff Bezos and Elon Musk combined. The Washington Nationals in 2019 had statistically the worst bullpen in baseball, yet somehow they all discovered immaculate form and were absolutely electric as the Nationals won their first championship. The 2021 Atlanta Braves lost this year's presumptive NL MVP to injury, yet somehow took down the mighty Dodgers and Astros on their way to winning the World Series. It can be done, and under this new format, it's possible for even more teams like the Diamondbacks to make a real run at a World Series. The system is working, even if the ratings may tell a different story. The quality of baseball in the 2023 World Series was impeccable. It didn't go the full 7 games as we may have hoped. It wasn't sexy, but it was top-tier baseball nonetheless. Exactly what we want from a World Series. Corey Seager and Adolis Garcia powering the Rangers to a walk-off win in Game 1? the Diamondbacks using their speed and pitching to devastating effect to win Game 2 in a landslide, and the Rangers storming into Arizona and winning all 3 games en route to a World Series win in 5. Oh, and Corey Seager became the 4th player in history to win multiple World Series MVPs. It should have been the Phillies. It should have been the Dodgers. It should have been the Astros. Just kidding, nobody wants the Astros, even though I did pick them to win. At the end of the day, it doesn't matter if you're a rich team, a poor team, or anywhere in between. Under this new format, every single team has a chance to be competitive and make it to the World Series so long as their leadership is willing to spend the money and resources required to be successful. And so long as their management understands that the way you manage in October has to be different. In October, it's literally win or go home. There might not be tomorrow, especially if you throw this pitch to Bryce Harper. I mean, come on, man, like what was he thinking?
What are we doing? What are we doing?
Sorry, rant over. Sometimes you need a bit of the unexpected to win in October. Who thought Adolis Garcia would have popped off like he did against the Astros? If life was without mystery or the unexpected, this world would be a hell of a lot less interesting. Less stressful, but less interesting. And that's the bottom line. That's all for this one. Let me know what you think about how the playoffs went down below. Would you change the format just to try to get the big teams involved? Or do you need to see more before really knowing? Leave a comment down below, drop a like if you enjoyed today's video, and be sure to subscribe for more. Thanks for watching. We'll see you in the next one.